the shooter that they say that they caught, Tyler Robinson, and then a family member is the one that supposedly gave tips. Does anybody else think that that's kind of weird? Well, think about it. Now, the family that is responsible for this child or person or whatever the hell it is, if he's even the one that did it, because something's telling me that ain't right. Transgender, able to get off a shot like that? Bullshit. Nope. And everybody's calling it a he and this and that. It's supposed to be a he that acts like a girl, right? Yeah, okay. Well, doesn't show any signs of that. And I'm still wondering if it was the guy with the bullhorn or a friend of his, because it looked a lot like him. Although the jawline did look a little different on the guy with that had the bullhorn and arguing with Charlie. It doesn't matter. They were paid to do these things like this. We know that from LA. Yes, Democrats and leftists and Soros was caught trying to bribe people to go out and destroy LA. Now, did they do it for everybody? No, they don't have to. They just need to do it for a small group and get people to follow, and that's what they did. Which means you have the rich elites, the ones like Bill Gates, the one that thinks it's funny to act all nervous and act all crazy about being questioned about Epstein, even though this guy knew what that man had been charged with and then decided to befriend him. Excuse me. And the just overall creepiness of him. And he is still in charge of vaccinations and food and cattle. What? The man that openly called for depopulation through vaccinations? Oh, he was talking about a pandemic. Bullshit. He was talking about something they were planning. Isn't it funny how SARS and MERS are the root of those viruses and they are bioweapons developed in Edgewood Arsenal? I know that firsthand because I was there at the fucking biological weapons base. They have a biological weapons lab there. I was doing the carpet. I talked to the people that were there. I seen the tags on the fucking lab doors. SARS in one, MERS in another, and some weird ass name on another. They even had one for H1N1. They had one for H5N5, which are all coronaviruses. They're all the flu. This is why Lysol already had it printed on the bottle that it takes out coronavirus, and everybody that didn't know was puzzled. They're like, what? I thought this was new. No, it's not new. They hit us with this back in 2003, uh, back in 99, 98, 96. Yeah, just about every 2 years. So that shows repetitively they are trying to take us out. Pretty sure that's when Potessa and Mercury started being added to hepatitis A and B shot, let alone what other vaccinations they're added to. Can anybody tell me what the fuck Mercury has to do with hepatitis A or B? Nothing. Right. Also, tell me who's protecting us because the amount of mercury in these shots that our babies are getting can put down a 270-pound man. So, them coming out with just autism or Asperger's, I mean, yeah, that they shouldn't be coming out with anything, but The fact that they're still alive and it didn't do what these people wanted it to really do shows that God is involved. He's blocking it. I think he still lets some things happen so it can show us that hey, something's wrong here. And I don't want to hear a fucking person say about it. I had my kids show all symptoms of vaccinations being tampered with and not what they say they are. And yeah, I fought with them about giving them vaccinations. That's one reason why CPS was bugging us, trying to say that we were unfit parents because we wouldn't give them vaccinations. Fuck you, you're not killing my kids. And what did they do? They ended up letting it happen anyway. They know damn well what happened to my children was not an accident. And I want to know if their MK Ultra bullshit had anything to do with it. Because this is exactly what the deep state does. Makes things look like accidents, don't they? Pays off people that are weak, don't they? Let me find out they had something to do with it. Fucking pussies. What, you can't come after me? Huh? Shit, all you gotta do is send me an invite, I'll show up. By myself. I don't fucking trust cops. I ain't bringing them. I'll fuck you up myself. Yeah, for some reason, I'm not allowed to be a man. All because I'm Irish, born, a little bit smaller frame than most men are. Everybody thinks that shit. They can just talk to me any way they want. And, oh, you're irrelevant. Yeah. But what they don't know is I'm one of the best men on this planet. Yep, I don't take shit from anybody. Females, I'll take a little bit just because, hey, they're females. They are annoying and they do get that way. But yeah, you got to watch that because some of it's, annoying, but it's innocent. Some of it's annoying, seems innocent, but they're really doing it just to cover for something else. So yeah, you got to watch all that. You have trust issues. No, motherfuckers have lie issues. So that's where you get trust issues from is people lying to you, or a lot of them start to develop trust issues because they know what they have done and gotten away with. And everybody knows that type of person because most men have that type of girl, and there's some girls that have that type of man because they know either it's been done to them or they've been doing it. That's why they're flipping out. If the other one really isn't cheating or doing anything. So yeah, just note if they keep constantly blaming you for something you know damn well you're not doing, they are doing it. That's where they're getting it from. That's what's messing with their head. And that's God's way of telling you, hey, this person is being unfaithful. Pay attention. Yes, when they know you work hard for the family and they tell you you're abandoning me, you're a piece of shit, you're never home, I'm bored, when they have a big family that they ask for. They have cats, dogs, anything they ask for, you know, enjoyment, vehicle, money, uh, season passes to go pretty much wherever they want. I mean, we weren't rich, but I made sure they had entertainment, cable, internet. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's fucking ridiculous. And now I'm finding out that there's other people that have had things happen, like the one woman in Philly that had her husband murdered and their car stolen, and the cops just ignored it. Um, you do realize when people said defund police, it wasn't everybody. We said the bad ones needed to be weeded out and fired. We didn't call for defunding the police. I said it wouldn't be a bad idea because of the bad ones, because a lot of them are being covered for by the good ones, which makes the good ones not so good now, doesn't it? That's what they're going to get upset about and not do their job. It doesn't matter. You have a job to do. See, that is unprofessional now, isn't it? You know, if you all were doing your jobs correctly, none of this would ever be said. Yeah, the cop working on my kid's case tried to tell me I was a conspiracy theorist, so how can he trust anything? I said, you have it on video, dumbass. It's on video, dumbass. You were told multiple times before it happened by the kids, dumbass. If you can't put this together, you should not be a detective. A 3-year-old with a fucking purple crayon could put this together. They don't want to be sued. And with all this stuff going on, they don't want the bad publicity. So they don't give a fuck about these kids. They care about themselves and the fact that they don't know how to do their fucking job. Joey, let me find out you said something. I will make you strip that fucking badge, homeboy. You know who the fuck I am. A little bit. You don't know me that well. We played football against each other. You got your ass handed to you, homeboy. You want to start a fucking small town fight over my kids thinking that your little rising sun backstabbing ass is better? This is what this is over? Bitch, I will put you in the fucking ground. I will fuck you up. Do you understand me? I don't give a fuck about your little rising sun, little fucking nose in the air bullshit. I will fucking hurt you. I don't give a fuck if you're a cop or not. You heard what the fuck I said. You got these balls to run your mouth and play games like a little fucking bully ass bitch, but you ain't got the balls to step to my face like I did to you. You're a pussy. You're a fucking pussy, Joey. You heard what I said. Jake Grace, you heard what I said too. You got something to do with this? I will fuck your fat ass up too. You better be in Texas. Let me find out you knew about this shit and let this fucking department do that. I swear to God. You think I could fight back in the day? You have no fucking clue. Those were fights I didn't want to hurt people and still won. And remember, y'all started it. You fucking bitches. Yeah, that's the thing about David. I don't start nothing. I will mention what the fuck people do, and normally that is what started it. Especially in this fucking town. There is a whole bunch of spoiled little fucking snot nosed fucking kids. And that's what they did. Their parents were cops. They ran around doing drugs, fucking drinking and driving. Oh, that's normal. No, the fuck, it's not. For Gen X, that was normal because that's what their parents did. Not all, but most. They thought they were badasses because they were riding around, smoking cigarettes, drinking, doing drugs behind their parents' back. Yeah, you jackasses, look what you've raised. You fucking morons, man. Oh, we're the best. No, you're not. You're the fucking worst. And you still are. You're the reason why you fucking fight with your grandkids and your kids because you think you're better. You're not better. You realize your kids are supposed to be 10 times better than you, right? Yeah, Gen X parents get jealous of that. Yes, they do. If your kid don't act the way you want, like a Gen X, which is a bunch of bullshit, labels that the internet came up with just to cause more division, and you guys, oh yeah, we're the badass generation. No, you're not. No, the fuck you're not. I grew up with you all. I used to beat you all up in fucking fighting rings that you all would construct and then get pissed off when the one you thought was going to get beat up didn't get beat up. Oh yeah, they went as far as throwing 3, 4, 5 people in there to come after me, and none of them would win. I was 7, 8, 9 years old. Oh, that's just kid stuff. No, the fuck it's not. That's delinquent kid stuff. That's kids that their parents don't fucking structure their life, so they have nothing to do but go out and stay the fuck out of their parents' way. And this is what they chose to do. Just like the no seatbelt thing. My kids died because of not wearing a seatbelt. It was deliberately done, and people, oh, well, that's a Gen X thing. They shouldn't be. Bullshit. That's what took their fucking life. And like I said, these motherfuckers had this planned. The woman that was driving was my ex's mother. She had threatened these children for 12 years. That means from the day they were born. Shit, some of them were threatened by her before they were born. And it was because I wouldn't allow Tiffany to play the games that she did. I wouldn't allow her mother and her to play those games. So they played like Tiffany really loved me, and her mom was saying all this, and Tiffany wasn't about it. This is why Tiffany asked me to move her away from where she was. And that's exactly what I did. I moved her to Joppatown. And that's when I started noticing that she was doing shit behind my back for no reason. She was setting me up for a fall. Why? I don't know. I just protected this girl. She's the one that fucking hounded me for over a few months to date her. She knew I had a girlfriend when she first tried it. Everybody told her I had a girlfriend. She didn't have a chance. And she did not listen to that. And trust me, she did not have a chance. She worked off of my emotions and tried to, use sympathy to get me to give her what she wanted. And at the time, I thought she was genuine. She wasn't. It was all just an act. And she kept that act up. Even with these kids, she was doing the same motions with putting her face in her hands every time she knew she was about to get caught. Like if we were asking questions that she knew the answers to, and she knew the planning of it, she just put her face in her hands. She did that multiple times. She's telling me that the kids want us back together. I'm the greatest outside of a funeral home, all because I told her she had no chance. I said, I know what the kids want. Yes, you should have thought about that before you were doing everything you were doing. And she breaks down and starts telling me I'm great and all this stuff. I'm like, really? I'm great, but you're out there branding me as the Candyman when it's you and your mother. And she got mad at me. I said, you need to face reality. We are about to go view our dead children and your brother because of you and your mother. It has nothing to do with me and you, anything like that. We're not confusing these lines here. Me and you have been broke up not even 2 years. The kids said they were in danger. They said that you were going to hurt them in the middle of the night on a back road. That's exactly how it happened. You knew that David was attacking them and being very, very aggressive towards them. You did nothing. That was one of the arguments we got into that made you leave here and go to your mother's because you knew I was not going to stand for him acting like that. I'm the one who went through all the trouble to get him back, just like I did with Jasmine, even though their mothers are the ones that did this shit. Yeah, she sent him to school to lie to try and get me in trouble so she could take the land in Lakeside that we had. It wasn't even that good of a place, but she was going to take it and kick me out. Whole time trying to play like she loves me, I'm the best thing in the world. Bullshit. She was trying to do shit neglectful to the kids and somehow spin it on me. And when that didn't work, because in front of me, it's weird. I mean, it's almost like the old sibling thing where you would go and tell people one story, get get them believing it, then go back to the other person and tell them completely opposite, just so they have no clue what this person is thinking about them or the situation. And then all of a sudden, you know, some manipulative factor kicks them up and they get mad and they start fighting. And then that's when you start to find out that shit was being said behind your back. She told a hospital that I had burnt my son with cigarettes and punched him in the stomach over a video game. And David agreed to it. Now, he's sitting in a hospital where they can check him for all this. Yeah, this is how dumb they are. You're going to lie about something in a medical facility where they can check for scars, anything, any type of damage, and you don't think they're going to do that? And they did. And it was inconclusive. Tiffany was found lying. It's even in the fucking report. The one cop that got mad at me on the phone, the one that was doing the detective work that went to her house because I pushed for it. They weren't going to do it because Tiffany kept denying them to talk to David. But David was completely fine to talk. Yes, he was. He was sitting there setting his dad up, rubbing this sinister stuff in his face that his kids were gone at her house while I was taking care of them. And then Tiffany's getting calls from insurance companies and everything else and hiding information from me, which shows she didn't want me to know about the insurance money. Then after she gets everything set up, her friend and her construct this meeting so they can tell us about the insurance. And I looked right at her friend. I said, "Excuse me, our kids just died. Who do you think you are to jump in here and tell us all this bullshit? That this family member's trying to take this and they can do it, blah, blah, blah." No, they can't. And you need to shut up because if they do, they will be taken to court. And this is when I found out about the insurance. And I told Tiff, we need to get a lawyer. That way nobody can mess with it. And Tiff said, okay. So I went and got a lawyer. It was for our kids. It was for me and Tiff both. Tiffany was the one that acted great about it until they said they needed her to come down and sign something. They had made a typo on one of them because Talon was considered deceased after 12 o'clock. And they put May 23rd when really Talon died on May 24th. That's when he was pronounced deceased after 12 o'clock on May 24th. And they did a typo. They put May 23rd for his deceased date and they had to change it. And everything's right there. You can see the changes. They give you both copies. And she's flipping out. Well, they can get a hold of my lawyer. I said, who's your lawyer? This is your lawyer. No, that's your lawyer. That's not how it works, Tiff. This is for their estate. This is for the kids. He's not for either one of us. So yeah, she went and got him. Then she went and got Hemphill for free. Hemphill completely went against the law. Oh yeah, he did. There was supposed to be EIN numbers from both of us so they can track how much each of us had to pay in taxes. He had me get them, then asked me for them, like he was putting everything together, and then let her use it. That way the IRS would believe that I got it and I would have to pay the taxes on it, even though they took everything. And let me make something clear. I don't give a fuck about any of that, as in the money. I give a fuck about what they're doing. That shows that they were after nothing but money. The GoFundMe's, she had friends set up to start fights to block us and my family from watching what was going on with it. I mean, come on, that's very obvious. And a lot of people are talking about it. Pat Riley and the fucking heroin chick that she calls family, which seems to think she knows everything about me, but this bitch was so wrapped up in heroin and street walking, she didn't know anything about what we were doing. Literally, for 12 years, I think we've seen her maybe twice, and it was normally by, her walking either around Walmart or through Lakeside. That was it. But this bitch swears up and down, I was this, I was that, I was never there. No, bitch, you were the one that was never there for your kids. You were the one running around with Johnny Barton, doing drugs, breaking into houses and shit. I'm the one running a fucking business dealing with this fucking pillhead that won't stop doing bad shit. And imagine that. She comes from you guys? Wow. No wonder. Yeah. Tiffany's drug of choice was Percocet. Her mother did that like a fucking pimp. Yep. And nobody will listen to me on that either. I was I was basically lied to and manipulated because they were trying to work me. Why? Because of my stepdad. And because my brother filled their heads full of shit that we had all this money, we were so rich, blah, blah, blah. No, we weren't. But yeah, this is what my brother would tell females, to get them to like him or to sway them his way. Dude, my brother is a silver tongued fuck boy. Let me tell you. And he's in the army. Whoever is around him and your group, I don't give a fuck how he acts. Watch him. That motherfucker does not have your back. I don't give a shit what he says. He's the type that would act like he's giving you suppressive fire and then go hide under a truck until you got taken out. Then tell everybody he tried everything to save you. That's my brother. Fucking army. You fucking pussy. Army's not pussy. No, the actual army isn't. Army Rangers aren't. Marines will kick your ass any day. And I don't want to hear your shit. You know damn well they will. And the only reason my brother went into the army is because he knew I was trying to go into the Marines. That is the only reason. I had a lump removed off my prostate. I was sitting in the basement and I told him I was trying to go into Marines. Next thing you know, a week later, he's enlisted in the army. And it was the weekend warriors. It wasn't, the actual army.